Hi, Sue Moore here, recovered banker and founder of the Moore Connection, where I share basic essential steps to helping people get the lifestyle they want while creating a very thriving home-based business. So today we have a question, and the question is, could a legendary American retailer who's collapsing have an effect on you or your family and or your lifestyle? So that's what we're going to talk about today. This comes from an article that was in LinkedIn this morning by a gentleman named Rodrigo Branticelli. And it really is, I think you'll find some of these statistics really interesting, which is why I wanted to do a post on it. So, you know, if you follow me at all, you know that I have done many videos on technology disruptions and artificial intelligence taking over many of the jobs that used to be done by humans, and that phenomenon is happening every single day. We may not be aware of it, but it is happening, and so fewer and fewer jobs are going to be available in the future, and it finally did affect Toys R Us. They have filed for bankruptcy. They're going out of business. And it's unfortunate, but they joined 18 other companies that have already filed for bankruptcy and are going out of business this year. So some of the facts around that I think will be very interesting. But first, let me just say that when it was announced that Toys R Us was going through bankruptcy and they were going to be out of business, it set off a wave of nostalgia for people who either took their kids there or went there themselves for special occasions, birthday parties, or obviously Christmas is a big deal. There were a couple of gentlemen who made some comments, and I just wanted to share them with you. One of them said, "It's sad to see the demise of a once great retailer. As a child, I always loved to visit, dream, and make my toy lists." And then another gentleman said, which I thought was fabulous, he said, "I hate to see this. I understand the advancement of technology and the benefits of e-commerce, but we are losing some of the magic of being a kid for the sake of convenience." That kind of hurt my heart. And then following right along in that same path about the magic of being a kid, Lego recently announced that they are eliminating 1,400 jobs due to falling profits. I mean, I remember standing in line at Toys R Us in Plano for hours to get a Cabbage Patch doll for my youngest child. She's an adult now. Anyway, okay. So, what is causing this toy crisis of 2017? It's referred to as the retail apocalypse. And the retail sector has set it off big time. They've shed 89,000 jobs. So there are a couple of major factors here that I want to go through with you that you'll find interesting. And bear in mind, I will bring this around back to how it could affect you and me. So online shopping, we all know that, is really going to replace brick and mortars. So commercial real estate's got some issues there. Unboxing videos. Now I have to be very transparent here and say, I didn't know what unboxing was, but what it says here is kids don't need Toys R Us to discover really cool toys. They have toy boxing, which I guess is essentially the product that they receive is videoed when it's being unpackaged, and then that video is uploaded to the web, and primarily YouTube. So it says here that YouTube's searches went from, like 22 million 3 or 4 years ago to over 54 million. So people are looking for this stuff. And what's really interesting is that some unboxers are earning up to $1 million a month in advertising revenue. I'm going to have to do a little more studying on that because it just blows my mind. But anyway, Amazon, another one, has more than 5 million toys and games listed online. Toys R Us has less than 100,000. Amazon's online sales are 2.1 billion, which dwarfs the sales of Toys R Us at $912 million. Now think about this. Last thing, video games. In 1999, Toys R Us was the #2 retailer for video games and software. Today, it accounts for less than 1% of the market. So, you can hashtag toy crisis and ask yourself the question, what do you think the future holds for the toy industry? And it's not just the toy industry, but you get my drift. More importantly, though, let's bring it back around to you. More importantly, what does the future hold for you? How secure do you feel about your position? There is such a tremendous amount of change happening, and as I said earlier, many of us aren't even aware of some of that change. And if you work for a large corporation, you won't be made aware of it until perhaps it has a negative effect on you. So, my thought is, and I forgot to say this, all of this consolidation and robotics and artificial intelligence is going to hit people like Amazon also, okay? Because as the robotics become more advanced, fewer and fewer people are going to need, they're going to need fewer and fewer people to run down the football field, multiple size buildings to pick up, some whatever toy someone's trying to order. But, so, here is what I really want you to think about. Why don't you have a little conversation with yourself and ask yourself, what are you going to do in the event that some of these changes get to you sooner rather than later? They are going to come to you. They are going to come to me. They have, to a certain extent, already come to each of us, all right? But I know people think, oh, I don't have time to add something more to my busy routine, and by adding maybe a side business or a side hustle or a side project, whatever you want to call it. And to that, I really have to say that's a lot of hooey. And you and I both know that if there's something we want, or we want to get done, or have, whatever it is, if we truly want it, we'll make the time for it, okay? So, how about, as I said, sitting down with yourself and having a conversation? Or, better yet, I'd be happy to listen to your conversation. You can find me at my email usual address, smore71@att.net. I also blog over at suemore.net. You might want to hop on over there and take a look at some of the other posts I have. I've got many of them about technology disruptions and artificial intelligence and what it's doing to the banking industry, because that's, my background is banking. So anyway, that's my tip for you today. I hope that you will take this seriously, even though it is sad that Toys R Us are going out of business. Think of all the employees they have around, I don't know, are they global? I'm not sure if they're a global company or not, but just in the United States, there's a lot of people who are going to be looking for positions. And I hope some of them have been smart enough to think about, well, what if something happens here? And have started to do something on the side that would help buffer any kind of dislocation. So anyway, hope you got some value. And as I said, you can hop on over to my blog at suemore.net. And hope you have a great rest of the day. And I will catch you on the next video sometime soon, okay? Journey well. Bye-bye.